Hello. It is, well, first of all, I'm Andrew from 510 Books. I'm in the back of my bookstore in my storage area for items that I have sale, individual items I have for sale on eBay and Amazon. And I am going to finish shipping off some stuff that will be dropped tomorrow at the post office. It is Friday, March, what is it? 4th, 2022. I remembered because my sale was today on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. And what would you say? So first of all, I've been reselling books on Amazon or on FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, for 7.5 years now. My first shipment was sent in September of 2014, which just seems like ages ago. So I've been reselling books on Amazon, specifically FBA, for a very long time. And I wanted to ask what you think your biggest mistakes were when you first started reselling books through the FBA program. I've jotted down my three that came to my mind and my head, that jumped out at me. So what are the biggest mistakes that you made that you would, of course, love to change, which we can't, but that you would tell a newbie to make sure they don't do? So the first one for me, which popped into my head because I distinctly remember this, was I didn't understand sales rank and how it relates to how quickly something will sell or how long it will take to sell, and truly did not understand the higher ranks, and also how the importance of looking at the higher rank in comparison to how many other books are for sale, or how many offers for that individual book are up on Amazon, and where those prices are. So my biggest issue was sending in too many high ranking books. When I say high ranking, I mean really high. I don't mean over 500,000 or over 1 million. I mean over 3, 4, and 5 million, over 3, 4, and 5 million sales rank. So I'm talking very high ranks. Now, am I saying you shouldn't sell a book that has a 3 or 4 or $5 million or 5 million sales rank? No, I'm not saying that. However, I recommend that if you're going to do that, the prices should be legitimately high and the book should actually be selling for those higher prices. Then you can wait around for it to sell. Of course, with FBA, we don't want to have books there too long, but you might be better for merchant fulfilled. But that's another conversation. So for me, yeah, it was just sending in books that their ranks were just too high. I remember looking, getting excited about a book because there was no FBA offer, but it was 5.5 million rank, and thinking, oh, I can sell this book for $20 or $15 or whatever, and sending a lot of those books in initially. And what do you call it? And then not selling, and me unfortunately realizing that I'd sent in a bunch of books that weren't going to make me any money. So that was probably my initial issue, is if you're brand new and watching this video, or you've started recently, or you're thinking about starting, make sure you understand that high rank books, and again, I would say over 3 million sales rank, are going to take a long time to sell. So you want to make sure, if you're going to send it in FBA, again, I don't recommend that in general. You want to make sure, though, that those prices are pretty high. I would say at least, not even 20, 25. I would say at least maybe like $35, $40 or higher. And what I mean is that those are prices where the books have actually sold, which means you're going to have Keepa or Camel, or whatever you're using to look up books, the sales rank for the books, to see where the dips are and what they've been selling for legitimately, because you might see a book that's ranked 5 million, 4 million, 3.5 million, and all the price, there's like 5 copies and they're all going for $70, which might be exciting. But then when you look to see what it's actually sold for in the last year, maybe it's only sold once or twice for more like $15 or $10, or whatever it is, or even lower. So sometimes people's repricers will go crazy, which is one of the reasons I don't like repricers. Or I don't know, it'll just be an inflated price for whatever of the various reasons it could be. So make sure that number one, the price is legitimately high, or that the book will legitimately sell for a good amount of money. And number two, that there's not very many offers up there. Ideally, no offers, but I would say probably less than 5 would be ideal for a book that's ranked 4 or 5 million or higher on Amazon. Also, tip, pro tip, a lot of higher ranked Amazon books can do well or even better on eBay. So you could take a 5 million, 6 million ranked book on Amazon, put it up on eBay, and it's quite possible it could sell quicker. Because on eBay, you have a lot of people who are collecting, who are looking for more niche books. You can also put photos up, description, all that kind of stuff. But you can put a description in Amazon. But you can put photos on Amazon too, but people don't really browse or look at the photos as much as they would on eBay. So that's just a pro tip that a lot of higher ranked books may make more sense on Amazon or on eBay. Another funny thing is, it's not funny, it's kind of embarrassing, is when I first started, I saw a YouTube video of somebody wrapping up their books. And actually what it was is he was shipping out merchant fulfilled orders, but I thought he was wrapping them up to ship them in for FBA. So when I first started, I would take each book, my first maybe 1 or 2 boxes of books, and I would wrap them up individually in paper, like butcher paper kind of a deal, thicker paper, which took forever. And then I soon realized after that I was making a huge mistake and wasting a lot of time. So that's kind of an embarrassing one that I made. So make sure you don't do that. Some people send them in little bags or whatever, but I found that it's not necessary. But anyway, side note. Another one is that I didn't consistently ship in the beginning. Now the reason was because I didn't have 100% confidence of what I was shipping in. But I will say, if the more you ship in, means the more that will hit that warehouse and go live, and you will see what sells and what doesn't sell. Because unfortunately, you're going to have to go through a learning curve, or fortunately, actually, it's really good that you're going to learn, and that it'll take a little bit of time to learn. You want to go through some cycles of sending books in, hundreds of books, if not more, to see what is actually selling, how much money you're making, versus how much money you're spending on the books. So consistently shipping is a good way to go about that. When I first started off, I was hesitant, wasn't aggressive, and I was sending in a box and then waiting for a month and seeing what happens. And then I'll see 1 sale or 2 sales trickle in, and I'll say, oh, this actually works, because I wanted to see if it would actually work. I didn't believe it. I could sell books on Amazon, make profit. So I would send in more items, but also don't send in the high rank stuff. Not as much. Another one that I wish I hadn't done, and this comes from my personality, but was that I was not building relationships. I was not telling people what I did. So for instance, my biggest source of books in the beginning was thrift stores. And I would go to some thrift stores a lot, and I would see a lot of the same workers there and managers. And I didn't just, unfortunately did not go up to a manager and say, hey, I know you probably see me around a lot, but I sell books on Amazon, and I was wondering if you guys have extra books you can't put on the shelves in the back, and if you would have let me have access to them, and I'd be more than willing to pay, the same prices you're asking out here, et cetera, et cetera. And maybe even, build a relationship where you could buy potentially boxes of books off of them, or just more importantly, get first crack at everything before it went out. So that's something that I regret, and that I would highly, strongly recommend that you do if you are new, is to build those relationships. It could be with thrift store managers or owners. It could be estate sale companies. It could be, I don't know, who else could it be? Friends of the library, sales, that kind of thing. So whatever the relationships are, that's really where you're going to find the best books. So that's another one that I regret, and that now I'm more comfortable with doing that. I have no problem talking to people about that kind of stuff. So let me know in the comments below if you are I'm talking about books, right? I mean, you could talk about other FBA, selling other types of stuff through FBA, but what are some of the things that you regret the most, or were your biggest mistakes when you first started selling on Amazon through the FBA program? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I talk about everything to do with reselling books and media. So that's books, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, video games, cassette tapes, vinyl records, VHS tapes, all that stuff. Reselling that locally in my store, as well as on Amazon and eBay through FBA and through Merchant Fulfilled. So if that's the kind of content that you enjoy, subscribe to the channel and just watch my journey as I grow my business beyond myself. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.